With only a few games left before the curtain falls on the season, it's safe to say Rangers have reached the end of the road in terms of on-pitch ambitions. There's no title to chase, no cup to rescue pride, just a long fade into the summer. All eyes now turn to what's going on behind the scenes, and it's fair to say things are heating up. The buzz around the 49ers enterprises and Andrew Kavanagh's takeover of the club has become the center of attention, promising a much-needed shakeup at Ibrox. And along with that takeover talk comes another equally important storyline, the hunt for a new permanent manager and a serious overhaul of the squad. In today's update, we've got major developments to share, and they're set to redefine Rangers' direction on and off the field. Now, before diving into the takeover plot, let's talk about something that's hit a nerve among fans and former players alike. Peter Lovenkrands has sent out a strong message to Rangers decision makers. He doesn't want to see the club fall into the same traps that cost them dearly with Alfredo Morelos and Ryan Kent. Both players were instrumental in their time, especially during that historic 2021 campaign. But despite everything they gave on the pitch, they walked away for free when their contracts ran out. No transfer fee, no profit, just memories. And that's exactly what Lovenkrands wants to avoid happening again, particularly with a player like Nicholas Raskin. Raskin has arguably been Rangers' standout performer this season. The Belgian midfielder, still only in his early 20s, even earned his senior national team debut back in March. And there's no doubt he's caught the eye with his performances in the middle of the park. Lovenkrands reckons Rangers need to make a decision fast. Either sell Raskin while his value is high, or build the entire squad around him. What they can't afford to do, he warns, is sit on their hands and let another key asset slip away without getting something back in return. He compared Rangers' handling of talent to that of their city rivals Celtic. And whether fans like it or not, it's a fair point. Celtic have long followed a model where they cash in on players at the right time. They bring in young talents, give them a platform to shine, and then sell them on for big money. That money in turn fuels their reinvestment. Rangers, on the other hand, have struggled to replicate that system. They've kept hold of players for too long, missed the ideal time to sell, and ended up with empty pockets when they eventually left. That's what happened with Morelos. That's what happened with Ken. And it's exactly the scenario Lovenkrands wants to avoid with Raskin. He even touched on the question everyone's asking: how much is Raskin worth? But as Lovenkrands said, it really depends on who's looking. If Premier League clubs are interested, you can slap on a bit of a premium. But if the attention comes from elsewhere, the price tag might not be quite as generous. Still, in his view, Raskin is easily Rangers' most valuable asset right now, and they can't afford to ignore that. And while all that's happening, there's even bigger news brewing off the pitch. The takeover saga has taken a major leap forward. Parag Maratha, head of 49ers Enterprises and chairman at Leeds United, is deep in the process of securing control of Rangers alongside Andrew Kavanagh. With Leeds already clinching promotion back to the English Premier League, Maratha now has more bandwidth to focus on expanding the 49ers football footprint, and that's where Rangers come in. Former Leeds owner Andrea Radrizzani recently revealed that Maratha has been juggling both projects, celebrating promotion with Leeds and pursuing fresh opportunities with Rangers. According to him, they're in regular contact and spoke just this week confirming that Maratha is firmly involved in discussions around the Ibrox club. Rangers themselves issued a statement last month confirming the advanced nature of the talks. The club is in what they described as productive conversations with Andrew Kavanagh and the 49ers Global Football Group. The goal, full control of the club and an injection of fresh capital. It's a pivotal moment. There's a clear alignment between the current shareholders and the potential new owners about the direction the club needs to go. One that involves ambition, modern management, and financial stability. And that direction starts with appointing a new manager. This summer promises to be one of the most transformative in recent Rangers history. A new face in a dugout, a refreshed squad, and possibly even new commercial ventures on the horizon. But not everything making headlines is about boardroom meetings or transfer strategy. Rangers fans found themselves at the center of controversy this past weekend after a bold banner display during the team's draw with Celtic. As the players emerged from the tunnel, a massive banner organized by the Union Bears was unveiled. It featured an image of club legend Graeme Souness holding a shotgun with the words, "Take aim at the rebel scum." That banner has now been seized by police and is under criminal investigation. The club wasted no time in distancing itself from the display, calling it unacceptable and pledging to reevaluate how supporter displays are managed in the future. The club made it clear that they value passionate support, but believe trust needs to be balanced with responsibility. They plan to engage more closely with fan groups moving forward to avoid incidents that could damage the club's reputation. Following the incident, the Rangers Fan Advisory Board met with the club's leadership to discuss the fallout from the banner. According to a statement posted on social media, the discussion lasted around 90 minutes, and the minutes of that meeting are set to be published soon. It's clear the issue struck a chord not just with the fans, but with those in charge at Ibrox as well. And while all of that unfolds, there's another storyline quietly gaining momentum: the growing relationship between Rangers and the Red Bull Football Group. That connection could prove critical in the race to appoint Marco Rose as the next manager. Back in March, it was reported that Rose, who was still at RB Leipzig at the time, was on Rangers' radar. Now, with Leipzig parting ways with the German coach, the path could be opening up for a real move. The takeover by 49ers Enterprises could bring more than just cash. It might deliver strategic partnerships that help land top talent, and Rose could be the first major win in that department. On paper, convincing a manager of Rose's pedigree to swap the Bundesliga for the Scottish Premiership might seem unlikely. But sources close to the situation believe that Rangers' new links to Red Bull could tip the scales. Rose brings a wealth of experience from his time with Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Leipzig, and despite his recent departure, he's still highly rated across Europe. Rangers are clearly aiming high, and Rose isn't the only name in the mix. Reports suggest that none other than Steven Gerrard is also being seriously considered for a sensational return. The man who brought the Premiership trophy back to Ibrox in 2021 remains a fan favorite, and his legacy still resonates throughout the club. But whether it's Gerrard Rose or someone else entirely, one thing is certain: the pressure will be immense. Whoever takes over won't just be managing a team, they'll be carrying the weight of expectations from a club with a proud European tradition and one of the most demanding fan bases in football. Now, with so much emotion at Ibrox from the takeover closing into the hunt for the next gaffer, the summer ahead is shaping up to be absolutely pivotal. And the truth is, it has to be. This season, for all its hopes and starts, has fizzled out. There's no silverware, no European run to shout about, and fans are left once again wondering when the club will finally turn the corner and start delivering on its potential. That's why this offseason doesn't feel like just another summer. It feels like the start of a whole new era. And if the boardroom changes do go through, they won't come quietly. The incoming ownership group led by the 49ers Enterprises and Andrew Kavanagh isn't coming in to simply maintain the status quo. These are people with a vision, a track record of building competitive sports operations, and perhaps most importantly, the resources to back it all up. What they bring is not just money, but also structure, long-term planning, and a sense of professionalism that Rangers have been crying out for in recent years. That shift in leadership is expected to bleed into every corner of the football department. We're talking new scouting strategies, a revamped recruitment policy, and a clear philosophy that will guide future signings. Not just picking up players based on highlights, reels, or agent recommendations. And at the center of it all will be the new manager, whoever he may be. Marco Rose is still being seriously discussed behind the scenes, and although nothing's confirmed yet, sources close to the situation say there's a genuine belief that Rangers could pull off the coup. His ties with Red Bull, combined with the club's growing links to that football network, have transformed this from a long shot to something far more realistic. Rose is known for his high-pressing, intense playing style, a system that would demand a lot from the current squad. But with the backing of the new owners and a proper preseason, the foundations could be laid for a bold new identity on the pitch. Of course, standing in the other corner is Steven Gerrard, a man who needs no introduction at Ibrox. His name alone brings a sense of nostalgia, pride, and unfinished business. His stint in Glasgow wasn't just successful, it was iconic. He ended the long wait for a league title, restored belief, and brought back that swag of the Rangers. And while his post-Ibrox journey hasn't gone exactly to plan, many fans believe he still has what it takes to lead this squad again this time, with even more backing behind him. It's a classic Kinder Road moment. On one hand, a modern tactician with continental pedigree and fresh ideas. On the other, a familiar face already beloved and hungry to prove himself again. Whoever gets the nod will walk into a dressing room that needs direction, leadership, and a serious injection of quality. And make no mistake, this squad does need rebuilding. There are players out of contract, some likely on their way out, and others who've simply not delivered the consistency required at a club of this size. That means whoever takes over will need the freedom to reshape the team in their image. Expect names to be linked quickly. Expect exits. And expect signings that fit a bigger picture rather than quick fix solutions. Off the pitch, too, the work continues. The fallout from the banner displayed against Celtic has left a stain that the club is desperate to clean up. The message was clear from the hierarchy. They'll defend passionate support, but there's a line, and that line was crossed. With police investigations ongoing and pressure from the public mounting, the club has promised to re-examine how fan displays are approved and managed. This is a chance to reaffirm the club's values while also preserving the electric atmosphere that makes Ibrox one of the most intimidating places in football. The meeting between the fan advisory board and the club chief shows just how seriously the matter is being taken. Fans voice strong opinions, and it's now up to the board to strike a balance between free expression and the image of the club. Rangers have always prided themselves on a rich tradition and honor and a standard that stretches beyond trophies. That means every banner, every chant, and every decision, on or off the pitch, reflects on the crest. Meanwhile, the commercial side of things could also be heading for a shakeup. With the potential arrival of the 49ers-led consortium, rumors have started swirling about new partnerships and sponsorship opportunities. One name that keeps cropping up is Red Bull. While nothing has been signed, the possibility of a shirt sponsorship deal or even deeper collaboration with a Red Bull football empire would mark a significant shift. It's not just about the money either. It's about aligning with a brand that's known for ambition, performance, and global reach. For Rangers, who have long battled financial constraints and struggled to keep pace with rivals in Europe, such a link could be game-changing. And it's not just about marketing deals or shiny logos. A partnership of this nature could mean access to Red Bull's vast scouting network, data-driven systems, and even player development models. Imagine having the pick of emerging talents from across their clubs. It's the kind of edge that could finally give Rangers the tools to compete not just in Scotland, but in Europe once again. So here we are. The final matches of the season might not mean much in terms of points, but behind the scenes, every hour is loaded with consequence. The decisions being made now will define the next chapter at Ibrox. New owners, a new manager, a new philosophy, and with it, hopefully a new era of success. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the Scottish football world, Emirates, the Dubai-based airline giant, has submitted a formal proposal to acquire Rangers Football Club. The unexpected development has sparked intense speculation across the footballing landscape, with questions swirling around the motivations, implications, and potential transformations that such a takeover could bring to the Glasgow side. The proposed acquisition, which emerged from confidential discussions held over recent weeks, reportedly includes significant financial backing and ambitious plans for the club's future. Sources close to the matter suggest Emirates is aiming to not only acquire a controlling stake, but also invest heavily in infrastructure, player development, and global branding. The deal, if successful, could see Rangers benefit from a major injection of cash, possibly surpassing anything seen in the club's recent history. Supporters of the Light Blues have been quick to voice both excitement and concern. While many fans see the Emirates name as a gateway to a new era of financial stability and international stature, others are wary of foreign ownership potentially altering the traditions and identity of one of Scotland's most storied clubs. The spectre of past financial troubles still looms over Ibrox, making any major financial maneuver a subject of intense scrutiny. Rangers, a club with a rich history dating back to 1872, has experienced a roller coaster of fortunes in the past decade, including administration and demotion to the lower leagues. The current ownership group has made strides in stabilizing the club and returning it to domestic competitiveness. But the Emirates proposal represents a different scale altogether, one that could redefine the club's standing in European football. The Scottish FA is expected to examine the proposal closely, especially regarding fit and proper ownership regulations. Should the bid gain regulatory approval and the green light from shareholders, Rangers could soon become the most high-profile club in the UK with Middle Eastern ownership, following in the footsteps of Manchester City and Newcastle United. As the football world watches closely, one thing is certain: change may be on the horizon at Ibrox. An Emirates proposal could mark the beginning of a bold new chapter for Rangers Football Club. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.